It's been another week, which means another theme for Nexus's Fallout Modathon has been and gone. Last week's theme was Life in the Wastelands, a way for modoffers to showcase just how Wastelanders adapt and thrive in the largely hostile ruins they inhabit. A lot of New Vegas mods here, and all of them are immersive. But why immerse yourself in New Vegas if you could enter the Modathon yourself and be one of the 4 lucky modders who could win an all-inclusive 3-day trip where you get to stay at the real-life hotel that inspired the Ultra Luxe? Nexus Mods reached out to me to help cover this event, and I've done a dedicated video on the Modathon itself which you can check out here, or take a look at through some of the links in the description to the Modathon news article or the Modathon homepage. For now though, let's get into some mods. For starters, we have one that will add some more realism to your courier, with some really nice weapon animations by Rockvisions. The NVAO rockvisions add-on for the New Vegas Animation Overhaul mod reanimates 6 weapons from New Vegas with an additional 3 if you're using Tale of Two Wastelands, bringing the total up to 9. All of these are a massive improvement from the base NVAO mod, let alone from vanilla New Vegas and Fallout 3. The laser rifle and pistol in particular here have both seen massive revamps to how they are, but something all these weapons have in common is a consistent and realistic feeling weightiness to them. You'll feel the Chinese assault rifle and get a sense of just how much heavier it is than something like the 10mm SMG. All of these animations are clear in communication and they feel amazing to play with in game. So definitely pick this mod up if you haven't already. It's a must-have for anyone playing New Vegas at the moment, especially if you're already running a couple of other animation mods. Also, just the caravan shotgun animation as well is really nice, and it offers something that's quite unique. It's inspired by the mutilator shotguns animations from Halo Infinite, but the way the courier holds the weapon when reloading is something that I haven't seen any other New Vegas animation mod do as far as I'm aware, and it's something I've discovered I'm really into. The N64 style blowing into the laser pistol animation as well is really cool. There's a lot of personality here, and it just adds that extra depth to the weapons that they were really lacking in the vanilla game with their animations. But what's the point of having good looking animations if you don't have the weapons to match? And that's where the classic 9mm pack comes in. It will replace the models and textures for everything that uses 9mm ammo in the game. But where this mod really shines in relation to the specific theme is its unique variants, such as Dean's 9mm from Dead Money and Vance's 9mm SMG. Dean's pistol has these incredibly nice gold engravings on the black 9mm that feel fitting for someone with as big an ego as their mouth. Whereas Vance's 9mm has been changed to resemble that of a 45 SMG, which is much more appropriate for someone with his sort of reputation. Also with the added detail of having a kiss from Vicky on the weapon as well. But the common 9mm and 9mm SMGs have also seen massive improvements in visual fidelity, while still maintaining that feeling that they had in the vanilla game. The biggest change with these weapons hits the 9mm pistol however. It's received some new iron sights that make the weapon feel a lot easier to use. Of course, Maria has also seen some love, but something her and the 9mm pistol both share is that, well, they've been made ever so slightly smaller. It's something that I'm not 100% sure you'll notice. I mean, it's something I didn't until the mod description pointed it out, but in gameplay this has that nice bonus of making the gun take up less space on the screen whilst being all the more realistic, because the 9mm in vanilla is kinda big, like unnecessarily so. But anyways, this is another mod that I couldn't recommend more, so go pick it up. Legion Armor Reflects Player Strength is another mod that just kind of makes sense. The Legion in the vanilla game were way too easy. Their armor not only looked like it lacked protection, but it had the stats to match it as well. But that's where this mod comes in, as now there's 3 new tiers for the common Legionnaire ranks, ranging from light to heavy, all with unique armor sets to match. Some of the armors themselves come from the Legion Armor Revamp mod, bringing over some of the sets, and it does a really good job at making it easier to differentiate between recruits and primes, as they now receive some yellow goggles alongside their face mask, just like they did in their concept art. It also just makes the faction more of a threat. In the vanilla game, the concept that Caesar's Legion are serious and a considerable opposition to a force like the NCR is somewhat laughable, whereas with this mod it kinda helps that seem a lot more plausible. At the heavy rank especially, these guys look like they could easily take a couple of bullets. Because this mod is leveled though, it does mean that the Legion will be more of a consistent threat throughout an entire playthrough. Despite that, their weapon lists haven't been changed with this mod, so they're still going to be rocking the machetes and occasional rifle, with the added bonus of just having some really cool armor, so even if you do decide to side with the Legion, it's not as if this mod will be wasted on you. All the armor sets here are lore friendly, and there's patches for mods like Pave as well in the optional files. So yeah, consider checking this mod out on your next job for the Mojave Express. Of course though, downloading all these mods does take quite a lot of time, especially if you're rebuilding your full load order for a new playthrough, or maybe you just want to try out a big quest mod or something. That's where Nexus Premium comes in though, giving you an ad-free experience, with the best part being there's no commitment. You can freely cancel your subscription at any time. But to be honest, if you mod these games regularly, there's no reason not to have Nexus Premium. A common complaint with these games is that you spend more time in the mod manager than actually playing the game. But with Premium, you can literally have New Vegas or Fallout 4 running with pretty much one click by using either Wabberjack or Nexus's collection system, which is incredibly useful if, say, you accidentally break your game with mods and just want a quick way to get back into that baseline with something like, say, Viva New Vegas, without needing to go through all the effort that downloading these mods manually yourself is. It's incredibly useful and something you should be using, so check out the link in the description to see everything Premium offers and maybe consider checking it out. But if you've decided the courier life isn't for you and you much prefer finding your son, you might want to do it with some new firepower. So you might want to check out the 32 machine pistol. It brings over the iconic Skorpion into Fallout 4 with custom animations and even a unique variant that you can find by clearing out this dungeon near Green Tech Genetics. The dungeon itself is on the small side, with a couple of traps to look out for if you're not paying attention. However, upon clearing it from the steamer chest, you can pick up a version of the weapon that comes with a legendary effect that's similar to the adrenaline system, where you'll receive a temporary stacking damage bonus upon getting a kill. The weapon does come with some lore-friendly attachments, so you won't necessarily be seeing enemies walking around with fully kitted out Skorpions. There's duct tape and some more makeshift parts available for the weapon, and overall it's an incredibly solid weapon mod that's integrated well into the world, and it does come with both a calibers and non-calibers version if you're also running that mod. Finally though, we'll be going back to the Mojave with a mod that captures the theme of survival in the wasteland perfectly, and that's with Outlander's survival armors. Two new armor sets are available to be crafted with this mod, those being Rad Skorpion Chitin and the Deathclaw Duster. In order to craft them, you'll need some new miscellaneous items that you can loot from both Deathclaws and Rad Skorpions. Upon receiving 3 of each, you can head over to a workbench with some scrap metal and leather belts and craft both of these sets. Each one comes with its unique bonuses to your stats. For example, the Deathclaw Duster will provide a hefty plus 30 to your melee damage and a plus 50 to your carry weight, alongside a 15 boost to your endurance. In contrast, the Rad Skorpion one comes with the additional cost of requiring 1 Rad Skorpion poison gland as well to craft it, and it comes with a plus 10 energy resist, plus 20 poison resist, and a plus 5 bonus to your sneak skill. The armors, specifically the Deathclaw one, might seem a bit overpowered, especially for melee builds, but to be honest, if you've killed enough Deathclaws to get 3 of their hides, you've definitely earned it. These drops aren't the most common either, so that just really helps these feel all that more unique. Anyways, that's going to be all for today. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget you can enter into the Modathon yourself. All you need to do is upload a mod, tag it with Fallout Modathon 2025, and you could be in for the chance at a trip to Vegas. The theme now for this week is Vault-Tec Experiments, which is easily the one I'm most looking forward to covering. I feel like we're going to see some really unique mods come out. So if you have any good ideas for a mod, why not upload it? There's really nothing to lose. With all that being said though, I hope to see you all next time.